pizza looks nice.
What pizza? It's gone. What are you talking?
There we
looks
go.
Lovely.
Right, we are live.
Lovely.
How are we all, boys? Apologies about the late start. We've had a couple of issues.
Right, yeah.
With StreamYard. He's
Oh, God.
annoying, but we're all right. We're all good. We're here for our Super Saturday watch along. How are we all doing, boys?
Yeah, I'm alright. You?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Are you ready for your big game?
I'm currently watching it. 7 minutes in.
Yeah, no, we've got a couple of games. Of course, they've started already, unfortunately, because we've had to rush about to get things started here because StreamYard's been messing us about with the amount of hours you can use it for. But in terms of the games that are on today, I'm just very quickly getting everything up and ready to go. We've got Leipzig versus Paderborn. We've got Leverkusen versus Bayern. We've got Frankfurt versus Mainz. And we also have Dusseldorf versus Hoffenheim, which is the game that I'm watching. There's already been a goal in that one. 1-0, Rowan Hennings, and there was a red card as well.
Wow.
So Hoffenheim are already down to 10 men in this game. So a lot of drama in this first 10 minutes of this match, but I'm just getting everything set up. I've got a different little thing to use this time. Where is it? Let's get the screen shared so we can actually get everything kick-started. I didn't know the Bundesliga website actually has its own match stats center. So that'll probably be more up to date than the rest of them are. But we've got some good games going on today. And of course, Kieran L, you are watching your favourite club, Paderborn.
I am. And they started all right, to be honest.
I'd just like to say there's a goal.
Streams pro.
I didn't want to interrupt. There's a goal. By
Who
Leverkusen.
scored?
By Leverkusen. Came from a deep throw in him. And this is Puid. Oh, they're checking it for offside. I think it's Ilario finds himself. I think Alaba's playing him on. Could be playing him onside.
Oh,
Easy finish. Pokes it past Neuer. It is going to go to the bar. Neuer's complaining. But it all just came out of nowhere. Really. It's an easy trip over the defenders. And Ilario pokes him.
I've just seen the red card incident, and obviously the Bundesliga one will be much more up to date than mine is. Hubner has just decided to full on just whack someone in the face. The corner was just about to be taken. Just thought, fuck it, I'll just knock my shoulder into the guy's face. And the referee just walked up to him.
It's been given.
Shot him the red card, and he's off.
Yes, so the goal's been given.
Goal, there we go. Leverkusen 1-0
yeah,
up.
Ilario
And,
just puts
Ilario.
That's Neuer. Looks minor offside. I think Alaba's just playing him on just a little bit. Yeah, Alaba goes to push forward, but he just holds it off a little bit too late, allowing Ilario to be onside. Ball comes through. Toe pokes it past Neuer. Easy.
Boom, there we go. And of course, Rowan is covering that big fixture between Leverkusen and Bayern. And well, look at the table now. It's pressure. It is pressure. Of course, Dortmund will be playing later on this weekend. Bayern still quite far ahead of the rest of them, of course. I don't think the table's actually... I don't think the table's properly come up there. Updated.
There it has. Leverkusen have gone up.
Oh, it has. There we go. Leverkusen up to 457 points. And of course, as we stand right now, because Dusseldorf are in the lead, they're out the relegation zone. Mainz have now dropped into that relegation playoff spot. 29 points there, Dusseldorf on 30th. And as we spoke about before, if Dusseldorf can pick up the points, which they're down to 10 men, Hubner's still on the pitch, by the way. He's not leaving. Now, he was sent off about a minute and a half ago, and he's refusing to come off.
Oh, he's protesting. I thought even he hasn't actually got the card.
No, he's not moving here. He's protesting, saying he didn't do anything, and he's still on the pitch. He's not.
Right, Chris, lads.
What the hell is going on here? Now he's coming off. Well,
I think it's weird. I don't know if you lot have got it in your games, but they've BT injected audience sound in.
I've not got audio on, so
they've injected audio crowd noises, and I tell you what, it's not actually that. It's weird because there's no one there, but it sort of works.
Well, the Premier League's looking to bring in the FIFA stuff, aren't they? The FIFA sounds.
Well, that's what said before the stream was like. If this is what you should be expecting.
Get ready for the Tony Martial chant at Manchester United.
Lee Dixon.
I'll be honest, if you hear a lot of moving, my cat's currently trapped in my room because we're doing painting. and so he's trying to play fetch with me. So if you hear me just throw something, because he wants to play fetch.
It's the cat, not the ball.
No, genuinely, it's a cat that loves to play fetch. And I say that, ball comes in, Alaba clears it. Leverkusen getting the best of the chances here.
Oh yeah, this old Bundesliga stuff's much better. It says a couple of stats. This is the earliest goal Bayern have conceded in the Bundesliga since Leon Bailey opened the scoring at the Allianz in the reverse fixture. He also found the net in the 10th minute on that day. So it's Groundhog Day.
I love
Can we
that.
talk about the game yesterday? Gladbach losing.
They did, yeah. That's a shock result.
Did anyone watch it, or was it just me?
I did not watch it.
I'll play Foot Champs.
I didn't watch it.
Good
Oh, there's a chance here. Oh, it's corner.
What really like him?
Wasn't really. It was really poor quality from Gladbach, and there was a red card, which I don't agree with at all. It was 2 yellows, again, for Alessandro Plea, who appears to have some sort of double yellow at the moment, just loves getting sent off, but it wasn't a sending off. And that was it, really. They couldn't get anything going. Nils Peterson came on and scored within like 10 seconds, and that was the only goal of the game. It wasn't an enjoyable watch, I wouldn't say, but big win for Freiburg, especially. The manager grabbing everyone on his touchline when they won. It turns out he were his teammates. So,
I mean, it is a big win for Freiburg, as you can see there, the European spots. It was only a couple of weeks ago we looked at it and we said Wolfsburg might start running away with it. Now it's not the case. There is only 1 point separating 3 clubs in Wolfsburg, Hoffenheim and Freiburg between 6th and 8th. Hertha Berlin, of course, they've still got a game in hand to play, means that they could also move up to 41 points. But that is against Borussia Dortmund, which is tonight's fixture at 5:30. Big game that's going to be. But in terms of the games going on right now, scores-wise, Dusseldorf 1-0 up. Early drama in Hoffenheim. Hubner getting sent off in the 9th minute after shoulder barging into a player. He would not leave. He stayed on the pitch for an extra 2 minutes and even tried to stay on for the resulting corner before the referee forced him off.
That's his second red card in 3 games.
Yep, he's. We talk about Alison Plea having a problem.
He got sent off against whoever they beat 3-1 a few weeks ago.
It's crazy, isn't it? We talk about Plea having a problem. I think Hubner's got a worse issue. Frankfurt and Mainz, that as it stands, is still 0-0. Looking stats-wise, there's been a couple of shots, 5, but none of them being on target. How's that been so far?
I'm not going to lie, Mainz are actually playing very well. But when they have the ball, they're moving it well. There's a few times they've been in good positions, but Mateta's just got such a heavy touch. And he's kind of just give the ball away a few times. Evan and Dicker is playing, by the way, Kieran. And Bas Dost as well. Timmy Chandler is not playing.
Oh, that's poor. They're not going to win it. No.
Whips the ball
no
in.
Chandler, no party.
Ooh, it's cleared.
No Chandler, no party. As we said before, there's been another goal elsewhere. Leverkusen 1 Bayern 0. Big game this one. 25 goals for Alario in 72 appearances. It also came with the game's first shot at goal from either side. I love this. This is so much better than who's scored. It comes up with bloody stats and everything.
Alario's playing his makeshift striker today because there's no Kevin Bolland.
And there's no Havertz, is there?
Havertz as well.
Alario it's just his opportunities have come few and far between due to how good everyone else has been. He's one of them where, because Havertz has played so well, Havertz isn't a out and out striker, but because he plays so well there, and the team with him.
Bolland is on the bench. My bad. I thought you were out. He's just on the bench.
There we go. At least he's come back from injury. And another game that's going on, of course. I think Chelsea fans will be on Timo Werner watch. There's been 4 shots on target already in that game. How's it going between Leipzig and Paderborn?
Again, I was going to say, you wouldn't be able to tell. There is a dangerous free kick here, though, from Upamecano tripping. It's led to nothing. Doesn't matter.
There we go. We're going to say watch Leverkusen Bayern. There we go. Goodbye. Sorry.
No, carry on. It's fine.
I do like this. I'm definitely going to use this Bundesliga one. It's got stats and everything here. It keeps up to date, unlike who scored. I hear you guys have said there's a goal, and it takes like 5 minutes for that to update. It's much better. But in terms of the other games,
Kamada's danced his way into the box. Oh,
I was just about to say there, 6 shots off target overall. I thought we could have maybe had our first shot on target between Frankfurt and Mainz. Of course, Mainz will go in half-time if it stands right now, which... it's a great save. I was just about to say maybe we'll see a goal. And we have. It's 1-1. I was just about to say, maybe we'll see Dusseldorf nick a point, but out of nowhere, from a set piece, Munas Dabur has made it 1-1. And 16 minutes into this, Hoffenheim, who were down to 10 men, are right back in this game. And what a start this has been. What a start. It's a set piece, free kick from outside the box. It's whipped in. And Munas Dabur, good little save from the goalkeeper, but Dabur's there to smash it in on the rebound. And it's a big, big goal for Hoffenheim, of course. We know they are desperately fighting for the Europa League spots. And, well, this has been a lively first 17 minutes.
That is especially for you, isn't it?
Yeah, no. And just like that, there's been another goal.
What is happening?
Dusseldorf are 2-1 up. Rowan Hennings, honestly, from kickoff, they've run. He's gone out for a throw-in. It's been whipped in. Like they've got a guy on the long throw-ins who's chucked it in, and he's bobbled about. And Rowan Hennings, wow, I'm very surprised. What the fuck's going on in this game?
Well, they're still your most vulnerable when you've just scored.
Well, exactly. I mean, they're just like showing it now. Long throw-in. It's whipped in. Hennings is at the far post. Goalkeeper makes the save, and it's bundled out. I know my stream, as I said, is a little bit further behind, but yeah, wow. Hoffenheim, as I said, when they're down to 10 men, centre back being sent off, didn't make a change either in terms of bringing anyone on to replace Hubner, which is
Probably
a risky tactic. But just as you said, Ron, maybe it's a little bit too early to be making any changes. But here
Chris,
comes
virtual crowd is actually not bad, to be fair. Watching Leverkusen versus Bayern. Yeah, you don't know. It's just like when you start playing a game of FIFA, there is crowd noises, but you don't notice it. It just has a bit more atmosphere. Obviously, they won't be able to hear it in the stadium, but it works all right. So I said Boateng is going to be absolutely gassed out this game because he's having to. Him and Pavard are going to have to fight off Leon Bailey and Diaby.
Well, I've just seen the goal come up now. Back post header. He's completely unmarked. Simple goal. And just like that, Munas Dabur got equaliser within 2 minutes. It's 2-1 Dusseldorf. What a game this has been so far. Frankfurt Mainz, how are we doing down there?
Still the same. Still not a shot on target. Big Bastos just headed it out for a throw-in. And yep, a throw-in. Not a goal kick, a throw-in.
Oh,
and Leipzig, Paderborn, we had any more chances in that game, or we still quite a bit of a tight affair down there?
No, it is a really tight affair. I think obviously Paderborn will be the happier of the two sides. But if you saw the first 50 minutes against Dortmund, this was the Paderborn you saw, really resolute. They managed to keep it tight at the back. Werner managed to race away and cut in, but it was a nice sliding block from the centre-back, which the corner led to nothing. I think Leipzig still feeling involved into the game.
Referee's gone to VAR. This might not count. Paderborn's manager is looking furious.
All right.
He's going to the monitor.
What?
Something to do with apparently a collision in the box when it was being thrown in.
Oh, your game?
Hoffenheim
manager.
That's it. He said Paderborn. I was like,
Dusseldorf, not Paderborn. Yeah, I didn't see that. One of Dusseldorf's forwards has clipped the back of Hoffenheim's defender's head. I don't think this is going to count. It's unlucky if it does.
That is beautiful play from Mainz. Thought we'd finally have the first shot on target, but it's good defending by Big Evan and Dicker back there.
Oh, it's unlucky that.
How come they've gone to Van now? Shot the goal went in like 5 minutes ago, didn't it? Maybe not 5 minutes ago. Well,
that's the thing. The centre-back's been protesting. It's a weird one because there's, to be honest, in this first 20 minutes, there's not been a great deal of player time with the amount of stop and starts that we've had. Of course, we've been taking so long. But the players protested, and yep, the goal's not standing. It's back to 1-1 again. One of the defenders accidentally, he's shouldered, pretty much done what Hubner did, but not with intention this time. And Dusseldorf 1, Hoffenheim 1. It's not stood. Rowan Hennings is not a happy man right now. He thought he'd got his second goal here. But yeah.
That's the difference in relegation, isn't it?
Well, exactly. I'm looking at the replay. Obviously, the guy who's gone in for the shoulder didn't know that the player was behind him. But if you're going to make an accidental movement like that, it's not going to count as a goal. So 1-1 still here. and Munas de Boer, who thought he'd scored an equaliser and then conceded moments later. We're back to 1-1 again. Drama in this game. How are we doing, Frankfurt Mainz? Have we still not had a shot on target yet?
The thing is, even though we haven't had a shot on target, it's a really cagey affair, and I'm loving every second of it. I want Mainz to win so bad.
Well, it's big for Mainz because as it stands right now, of course, Dusseldorf still do stay above that relegation's playoff spot if they can get a draw. But this is a very, very open affair. But Mainz, they need the points. And of course, unfortunately for Paderborn, things are looking a bit dire. They're now 10 points away from getting out of the relegation zone in general, 9 points away from a playoff spot. We said before, we think it's all over. But for Leipzig, could be a good opportunity to get into second place. How are we going down there?
So far, the dream may still be on. They may be able to nick something from this game, but it's more of the same, really. Leipzig now are coming forward with Nkunku on the left-hand side. He's passed it infield to Werner, and that's exactly what's been wrong the whole game. Just a lack of quality from Leipzig in the final third, and it's not often we say that.
No, it's not. I mean, of course, I think there'll be a hell of a lot of Chelsea fans watching this, as I said earlier, knowing that Timo Werner is on his way to Chelsea, it's looking like very, very soon at the end of this season. So there'll be a lot of extra people rooting on Leipzig. What's going on in the Frankfurt Mainz game?
Well, Evan and Dickers just ran down the full length of the pitch.
Whoa! Sorry.
No problem.
There should have been a goal. I'll let you carry on with your stuff.
It's nothing important. He just put a cross in that were cleared, but it was just good football, that's all.
Robin, what's happened?
Kimmich. Yeah, Kimmich plays the ball in. I think Lewandowski's actually offside, but Lewandowski becomes a cricket. His limbs everywhere. It goes to poke it in. It doesn't actually go nowhere near the goalkeeper. He kicks it back to where I think it's Kingsley Coman is on the side. Coman goes to head it in. It's such a weak header that ends up passing it through to Lewandowski. And then Lewandowski does the most weakest of touches and Hradecky just collects it. But I think Lewandowski was offside, but Jesus Christ, Bayern should be technically even. But no, still 1-0 to Leverkusen.
Still stands 1-0. Lucas Alario, of course, the makeshift striker, even though he just usually plays forward. He doesn't get much time at Leverkusen, but he's come up with the goods there right now. 1-0 Leverkusen, of course, as the table stands. They move into fourth, courtesy of Gladbach's loss against Freiburg yesterday. Gladbach are starting to drop points, guys. We said before, of course, it looks like, of course, they're definitely out of the title race now, 12 points behind. Could we maybe start seeing a shift in Leverkusen, start moving towards the Champions League and Gladbach taking the Europa League spots? Or do we think Gladbach are better?
Leverkusen are playing great here today. So, there's a chance.
Yeah, no, there's a lot going on in these games. Frankfurt Mainz, 7 shots, but none on target still as of yet. 2 shots on target for Bayern, 1 shot on target for Leverkusen. And of course, that is the goal from Lucas Alario. Leipzig, Paderborn, still 4 shots on target. We haven't had a shot on target for a little bit of a while now, but looking stats-wise, possession is even. Paderborn look like they're giving a good game to Leipzig here.
To be fair, they'll be happy with what they've been able to do. They've looked they're offering something on counter-attacks, but that's mainly what they're going to be, going to be forced to play that way. The 2 players I'm going to point out for Paderborn that have looked quite dangerous and causing a few problems is on the wing. I think it's Anwita Ajay, I think his name is, and up front Mumba as well, who he tracked back earlier and seemed to be putting the work in, doing the dirty work for Paderborn.
There we go. So as it stands, that is still Leipzig 0, Paderborn 0. I might have just seen there has been a goal somewhere. I'm not going to say where it's been, but there is a goal in one of the games. We'll probably hear in a moment from somebody who will shout "goal" like Alan Partridge. We'll give that
and
a moment.
It's a goal!
And there we go. Where's the goal from?
It's a goal.
There's 2 goals.
Well, it's 2 goals going. You go first, Kieran, because yours is probably more important.
Well, you'd say that, but it's pretty much routine. It's Leipzig going at their free-flowing best. Great interlink between Nkunku and Werner. I think there will be a VAR check on this one, but I'm not sure. It was a nice pass between them two, and Werner squared it to Schick, who's been on brilliant form since.
We've had a shot on target.
Yeah, goal for me, very simple. I think it's Muller. Plays up the through ball and Coleman just uses his pace. Slots to pass Herdecke. Easy
There we
goal.
go.
I don't know how you got that so early, Josh.
Yeah, well, the weird thing is I seem to be ahead of you all because I saw that Bayern had gone 1-0 up, which is why 1-1, which is why I'm trying to hide it now, so I can't actually see what's going on. But Kingsley Coman there, 27th minute equaliser in that game. It's 1-1, and of course they have said the Frenchman does the job to bring Bayern level. All comes from fine work from Leon Goretzka, steps into midfield, nabs the ball back before slotting Coman in behind the high line of Leverkusen's defence.
Very similar when it goes out of focus.
And then Schick, the goal has stood, and it's 1-0 there, which means a big goal for Leipzig. Look at the table now. We'll refresh that because it's not properly come on. There we go. 59 points. Leipzig are on. They're 1 point behind Borussia Dortmund.
Oh, he's blasted it over the crossbar.
What's happened in the Frankfurt game?
Well, there's a ball put through the middle of the park, and Robin Kajson's run onto it. It's a brilliant pass from, I think it's Fernandez. He's muscled Henteregger off, and he's just skied it.
Sorry,
Pressure there. Rowan, what's happened?
That's Leon Bailey. Megs in two people. It was very lovely. Nothing came of it, but he just megs them.
Well, he's going to be a player to watch for sure because the last time Leverkusen and Bayern played, of course, he scored 2 goals to get Leverkusen the win as it stands, 1-1 in that game. I'm now having to play a very dangerous game here of trying to not look at the scores because it seems like I'm about 20 to 30 seconds in front of everyone in terms of these stats. But we've had a shot on target, guys, in Frankfurt versus Mainz. It's taken 10 shots overall for that to happen. But we finally have a shot on target. As for Dusseldorf Hoffenheim, not much has happened since the equalising goal. It's been a yellow card for Adam Bożek, the Polish midfielder. But apart from that, it has seemed to have died down a little bit, looking stats-wise. In this game, there's been a total of 7 shots on target. So it's been a lively first half an hour in this one. But 1-1 in this game. What's happened in that opportunity? It looks like he's livening up.
He's used his... whatever he has, his feet, that's what they're called, to get away from 2 Mainz players, Fernandez and St. Just, and he's whipped it across the box. It's gone right across the goal and out for a goal kick.
Bayern got a great opportunity. Amari just taking down Alphonso Davies. Poor tackle. And free kick just outside the box now for Bayern.
He's a tough player to contain, Alphonso Davies. He's a very tough player. Welcome to the stream, Rajanish K. Thank you very much for joining. Hope you enjoy your stay.
Davis and Coleman have been working together really well this game so far.
Yeah, it sounds like an interesting affair down there. Of course, Bayern, if they can get the points, it surely means that I think how many match days are left after this? Is there 5? 5 or 6?
Bayern needs 3 wins, and they've won it no matter what the other results are.
Oh, there we go. So the pressure's on there. I mean, I've seen there's no goal, but there's a couple of yellow cards going around. Hunnemeyer for Paderborn has just got a yellow card in the Paderborn game. Let me have a look at the other stats as well. Lewandowski as well has gone into the book. I don't know if that's come up on yours yet, Rowan.
Speaking of cats, Rowan, I appear to have been joined by Dexter.
Look at him.
Special guest.
He's playing up at cameras.
Chris has said, any suspicions why Havertz not playing against the club? He's been linked with apparently it's a slight muscle injury that suddenly appeared. That's all I will say.
He limped off against Freiburg last week, so...
Yeah, the speculative is more the Bayern move, which people were suspecting, saying that like Bayern obviously Leverkusen Bayern don't want him playing against him in case he gets injured, and sort of thing. You know, apparently he's just already injured, and that Leverkusen don't want to risk it. So they want to have their main player for the rest of the games.
That's absolutely understandable as well.
I have just seen that Lewandowski yellow card, Josh.
There we go. So, this is way like in front of everyone. I'm gonna have to. Let me move it down so I can't see who scores. So let me
we also had another opportunity. It was a 1-year who missed it. Hang on, there's another opportunity for Mainz. Ostenali's in box, onto his left foot. He's gone for the curler, blocked by Hinteregger. It was whipped in from the left-hand side. And it's Awoniyi in the box, unmarked. He's hit it on the volley and it's gone over the bar. Mainz should be winning this game 2-0 so far, in my opinion.
It's tight affair. Right, I've changed it now so I can't see the scores either. So I don't leak anyone's scores early here because, as I said, I did see both goal scorers in the other games about 30 seconds before everyone else did. Dusseldorf Hoffenheim, he's gone a lot more slower now. Not had a shot on target for quite a while. In fact, I don't think we've had a shot for a little while here. 63% possession for Dusseldorf. You'd expect that if you've not watched the rest of the game so far. It's been an incredible first 15, 20 minutes that we had. Dusseldorf opened the scoring 1-0, Ruin Hennings. Then Munas equalised. But before that, Hubner of Hoffenheim got sent off. So they were down to 10 men when they got the equaliser. And then Ruin Hennings got the goal to put Dusseldorf in the lead before it was ruled out because of something that happened in the box.
I love
Dexter.
Because Dexter's just chilling, sitting on Kieran and stuff. I've currently got my cat pulling up the carpet to my door. Oh, no, he's playing with a Walker's packet of crisps. Never mind, we'll let him off.
It's the fact that I tried to move him out of the way and he just ran straight back as if it was like, oh, I know you're joking. No, I'm not joking.
Oh, yeah, he wants all the camera time.
He wants to watch Paderborn. He's quite happy watching Leipzig Paderborn.
Don't blame you. It's a great game, it really is.
Oh, wow. 4 shots on target for Bayern now. Looks like they're starting to get a foothold of the game.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I say that, and there's a... Never mind. Leverkusen were just on the attack. He probably could have been a goal, that, but Alphonso Davies again there to sniff it out. Yeah, it's been all Bayern now. They're just getting into the flow of the game. Leverkusen having floating chances, but not enough that where they look like anything's going to come from it.
And you're absolutely spot on with that because so far they've had 1 shot in the game and that's resulted in a goal. They've had no shots since they've scored. And that's for Bayern, 3 shots off target, 4 on target, of course, with the goal from Kingsley Coman in the 27th minute. And that opening goal with Valario means 35 minutes into this one, it's Leverkusen 1, Bayern 1. Frankfurt Mainz. There's been a total of 13 shots in this game, only 1 on target.
Yeah, as I said, Sebastian Rode has a shot. It's gone. It's deflected wide.
Oh, the talisman.
The talisman.
The talisman, as Lawler calls him. It flew wide. It was not a good shot, should we just say that?
Well, I'm looking stats-wise. Frankfurt, 58% possession, 42 for Mainz. Of course, they desperately need points, Mainz, today. More than probably Frankfurt do.
It's been a really good game for the first 35 minutes. It's been end-to-end. It's good. There's a lot of chances. There's a lot of space, it seems to be, in the middle of the park for both sides. Both sides want the win, I think.
We're having a protest for a penalty here for Dusseldorf. It's positive handball in the box. The referee's waved it away. Play on. That was a very, very quick decision there from the ref, unlike the last one. So it's still 1-1 in this game. 65% possession for Dusseldorf, 35% for Hoffenheim. They're going to be against it today, of course. Hubner, his second red card in pretty much as many weeks. But as it stands right now, that is still 1-1 as we go. So some good games here. Some good games. We've got goals apart from Kieran D. You're waiting for a goal again here.
I know. It's been a good game.
You get some good games, but I feel like you're cursed on the amount of goals.
I know the last 2 weeks we've done it, I've had 3 goals combined. I had that on the first week.
Oh, you had the midweek game where it was 6 goals.
Yeah, that was a good game. The 4-1 between Leverkusen and Wolfsburg. That was a good game.
I'd like to say that Leverkusen get pissed off with Alphonso Davies now. They were just targeting him anytime he gets the ball because just he's been that effective. And we saw it again now with Kingsley Coman down the wing, tapping it past one of the Leverkusen's defenders. Alphonso Davies chasing it, and he's practically just held away from the ball just so he doesn't get it, so it goes to Terodecki's hands. But yeah, they are struggling to keep them 2 under wraps.
You can just see stats-wise, the passes are just increasing, the possession is rising, the shots are getting higher and higher. It's safe to say here that now they've got that equaliser, Bayern have got a foothold in this match. Can they get the winner, though? There's still plenty of time in that game. We'll probably reach about the 39th minute.
I've just seen Sebastian Rode outjump Mateta and win a header.
Mateta's like 6'2" or 3", isn't he?
I don't know what's happening in this game. But the talisman's just won a header.
Maybe we're living in a parallel world where Sebastian Rode is going to score the winner.
I hope not. I want Mainz to win.
Hey, Timmy Chandler's done it. We've seen crazier things. He got a last.
He isn't playing, by the way. He's not playing, which is sad.
time to come on and bag a goal, really. That's what I
Yeah,
think.
no, we've not really had a look at the lineups. Of course, we started a little bit late because of a couple of issues, but let's have a quick look at some of the lineups. So Leipzig versus Paderborn. They've adopted a 4-4-2 formation today, Leipzig, with Mukiele at right back. They finally, looks like they've started to get their back line back up to shape again, of course. Orban was out injured, and a couple of the players on the side. So Klosterman still is playing centre-back today. It looks like that's his preferred position for now. As we go up top, of course, Campbell Adams in midfield. How's Kevin Campbell been? Because these last couple of weeks, he's looked quite good, and at the race, of course, picked up an injury before, and he's back again.
It's nice to see him, because when they said last week he wasn't going to play due to an injury, I thought, oh God, not again. And then this week, it's Sabitzer who's missing because of an injury, hence the introduction of Tyler Adams. So, and Conrad Lima, who's had a good start. Again, I think he's been really underrated so far this season. But I think Campbell, he's looked all right. You can see when he's on the ball, he's a very, very talented player. But I've not seen much of him, but that's just because Leipzig haven't really been at the races, not anything else, really.
Yeah, no, it's a slow start, even though they have got the goal from Schick. Of course, Werner is up top. Paderborn, they've gone for 4-2-3-1. They've got a couple of decent players in there. A couple of yellow cards already in this game, though. Mamba is up top in this game. As for Leverkusen versus Bayern, as I said, we haven't properly looked at lineups. But Havertz, of course, he is out. They're playing a 3-4-3 today. Leverkusen, Tapsoba, Bender and Dragovic at the back, with the midfield of Leon Bailey, Baumgartlinger, Aranguiz and Amiri. Diaby, Alario and Bellarabi up top. Very, very attacking lineup, I think, in the way that they've gone. And as for Bayern, it's a 4-2-3-1. It's pretty much the standard usual Bayern lineup. We see not really any major changes in the lineup. Gnabry on the left, Koeman on the right, Lewandowski up top. As you can see, though, pretty much most of the front four is already on a yellow card for Bayern Munich. Only Gnabry without a yellow card. No one at the back with the yellow, which is interesting.
Yeah, Muller's I've just seen Muller's. I don't know what he was giving it. I think he was just getting a bit angry.
Weird one there. Frankfurt Mainz, we can see 3-4-1-2 for Frankfurt. Hinteregger, Hasebi and Ilsanker at the back. Midfield four of Kostic, Roda, Koha, and Almami Traore. Torre, even not Traore. Kamada as the cam, and Andre Silva and Bastos up top. And as for Mainz, 4-2-3-1. They've decided to shift Kaison into a more of attacking midfield role for this game, rather than putting him out on the wings, which he's played there quite a lot this season. Mateta is up top, of course, the big, strong French striker. He's been linked to a couple of clubs, of course, very likely to leave Mainz at the end of the season. He has been linked with the likes of Napoli and Lyon, although I don't think he'll move to Lyon now. They've signed Toko Akambi permanently. And as for Dusseldorf and Hoffenheim, they've both adopted three at the back formations. I don't think Hoffenheim would be playing a 3-3-2-2 had Hubner not been sent off. But they're the lineups for now. Kieran, what's happened in the Leipzig Paderborn game?
It's clear for Paderborn that Antwia Adje, I'm going to butcher the name all day, is their out ball. The moment they pick it up towards the back, they're aiming for him. They like that matchup between him and Mukiele. And it nearly paid off for them. Mukiele seemed to get lost with the ball. Like, and then basically as he was attacking, he's had to kind of get his legs back underneath him and just kick it out for a corner. But if they can keep targeting that matchup, it might work out for them.
So there's still plenty of time. Of course, Leipzig 1-0 to the good.
You said Muller got a yellow card. I've just seen the reason why. Leverkusen go to take a quick kick. They do kick it, and Muller just sticks his foot out. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's a very poor decision choice by the referee. But it's not like the kick hasn't been taken. He stuck his foot. The kick was taken, and Muller was just hiding behind, stuck his foot out, got the block.
Is it a free kick or a goal kick?
I don't know. It's a goal though.
Goal?
Yeah.
Who to?
Goretzka, Bayern Munich, and that's poor from Heredecke. So from the Leverkusen corner, Bayern's slow counter-attack and it finds his way outside the box. Goretzka not picked up really by anyone.
Boom, there we go.
Started the counter-attack off, and then he sprinted up. He's got the ball outside the box. Quite a weak shot, very tame. And it just goes practically through Heredecke's hands.
And there we go. Bayern have completed the comeback. It is 2-1 to them. Of course, Solari opened the score in 10 minutes in. Koeman and Goretzka have equalised. However, very importantly, 2 players are missing next week now. Bayern Munich do play Gladbach next week. Muller and Lewandowski are both suspended now for next week. So 2 massive players. Their top assister and top scorer are both out in next week's fixture against Gladbach.
Strange.
It's in!
Goal? Who to? Sorry, Rowan.
Mainz have took the lead in this game from a corner.
And
it's a really good header. I'm just trying to see who it is because I don't actually know who it is because my screen's gone blurry.
Moussa Niakate, that's the one.
Niakate, the centre half. What a header that was.
And just like that, Kieran D's been repping Mainz today, and they've scored with their second shot on target, which means it's Mainz 1, Frankfurt 0.
Oh, I tell you.
Red!
We got what's happening? We got a red card. Who to though?
Meccano, double yellow. The man's off the pitch.
Oh,
wow!
Didn't see him get a first yellow. So
drama.
Tell you,
Mumba
44 minutes.
In, gets the ball brilliantly. Upamecano then pulls him back as he's trying to start a counter and then kicks the ball away. And I tell you, if he was already on a yellow and then he kicked the ball away, that is stupidity from the centre-back.
And there we go, as we can see, double yellow there for Upamecano.
Do you think it was 1 for the foul and then 1 for kicking it away in like a minute? I can't remember if he got yellow carded before.
The yellow card he got was quite a while ago, I think. It was in the 16th minute.
All right, there you go. Then that explains why the second yellow for kicking the ball away. Why is he do? I don't know if it was the foul or the kicking the ball away would have made the mind up for the referee. Paderborn, big chance now against a 10-man Leipzig side.
Stupid decision. Drama everywhere. We've now got goals in every single game. Leipzig 1-0 up, but they're now down to 10 men, as Kieran Els just said. Upamecano sent off for 2 yellow cards. As it stands, Bayern Munich have made a comeback. They were 1-0 down against
there might be another goal here. Saved by Herdecke. So easy. Ball just played through by one at centre-backs, and Gnabry was through. No Leverkusen defenders on him.
Whoa!
What's happened there?
Carry on, it was a missed chance, but I tell you what, he's gone to unleash a volley from 40 yards.
There's been a goal, but where's the goal?
Oh, have you said an early one?
Where's the goal?
That's it, no one knows. No.
Someone scored, but I'm not saying where.
Well,
is it Frankfurt?
This was the
problem.
This was the problem we had before with you when people comment.
Who is it?
He's like, but he's become the thing he once hated. I was like to say, this great score, no one picked up. It's actually a great finish. Oh, there's a goal. It was midway through the highlights package, and I don't know what has happened. They missed the goal because it was happened during the highlight package. We'll just wait 2 seconds here.
Yeah, no, 45 minutes in. There is a goal. It's now Bayern 3, Leverkusen 1. And it's Mr. Serge Gnabry.
They need to show it because you think that, all right, okay. It was a free kick taken quickly by Bayern. Kimmich plays a lovely pinged ball, and then Gnabry just chips it over Herdecke. Comes out of nowhere. Free kick just stayed quickly. Kimmich, lovely floated through ball. Gnabry lets it bounce. Lets Herdecke pull himself out, taps it over. Very easy trip goal, and 3-1 to Bayern now. Jesus.
And that's surely game, set, and match. 3-1 by Gnabry, Goretzka, and Koeman on the score sheet. Stats-wise, they are being absolutely battered, Leverkusen. 11 shots, 7 on target for Bayern Munich. Frankfurt, they're still 1-0 to the good. We'll be getting to half-time in most of the games very, very shortly. But as it stands for the Dusseldorf game, it's still 1-1 in this one. Not really. There hasn't been a shot on target now for about a good 20-25 minutes. But we are going to hit half-time in a moment. But drama in pretty much every single game here. Mainz 1-0 up to the good. Dusseldorf potentially getting a point. Still got a chance to win this with half an hour down to 10 men. Bayern Munich, of course, they've produced a fantastic comeback and now look like they could go on to batter Leverkusen. And Paderborn, they're all still 1-0 down. But the red card for Leipzig means they still could get back in this game. So drama everywhere.
It's half-time in my game now.
There we go, half-time. As it stands, Mainz 1, Frankfurt 0. Moussa Niakate, the French centre-back, opens the scoring in the 43rd minute of that game. And
tell you that header, Bastos would have been proud of that header. It was a bullet.
He needs
think
to learn from Niakate, doesn't he?
And it's half time here.
There we go. And it's half time in my game as well. So half time, as it stands, Leipzig are 1-0 up to the good. Patrick Schick in the 27th minute. They've not been that convincing, though, stats-wise. And they're now down to 10 men, of course. Dale Upamecano sent off late on for 2 yellow cards, which means Paderborn has a great chance to try and get some points here. As it stands, Leverkusen 1, Bayern Munich 3. They opened the scoring in the 10th minute, courtesy of Lucas Lario. But goals from Koma, Goretzka and Gnabry have made the score 3-1 to Bayern. However, Lewandowski and Muller, both on yellow cards, means they're out of next week's big fixture versus Gladbach, which could prove very costly, although they're quite far ahead now for that to be a major worry. Of course, I said a second ago, Mainz 1, Frankfurt 0, Niakate with a 43rd minute header. And Dusseldorf at half-time, it is 1-1. It could have been 2-1 to Dusseldorf. Headings had a double, but one of the goals was called off due to a foul within the box. So, as it stands with the table, top of the league, of course, is Bayern there on 70 points. Second is Leipzig. They are in second right now. Of course, Dortmund do play tonight against Hertha Berlin, so they could drop back down to third, but they're on 61 points, 9 points behind Bayern now. Gladbach, they're back up into fourth place because Leverkusen, of course, they're losing 3-1, means that Leverkusen dropped to fifth. Hoffenheim, they're in sixth for now. Of course, a point on the board. They are playing a game ahead of Wolfsburg, which means they have 43 points. Freiburg, of course, winning their game against Gladbach means they're sat in 8th on 41. Frankfurt, they're 1-0 down, but they're still in 11th place on 35 points. And as we move towards the bottom end of the table, Dusseldorf are now back in that relegation playoff spot and 3 points behind FSV Mainz. But they could still get some more points on the board today if they could beat a 10-men Hoffenheim. Paderborn, well, they're now 12 points behind survival and 9 points behind a playoff spot. But 3 points is still on the line. They could still potentially do it if they could beat a 10-man Leipzig. So some good games going on, some drama and plenty of goals, specifically in that Leverkusen and Bayern game, which Rowan is watching. Now, looking at the table, boys, we can see we were talking not long ago about Werder Bremen maybe staying up. But with Mainz 1-0 up and pushing the rest of the pack here, potentially Dusseldorf, with an opportunity to get 3 points, could we potentially see Werder Bremen's race start to pull up short here? They're 25 points. They've got a game in hand still over some of the teams, of course, some playing today, some playing over the week, tomorrow as well. Could we be saying goodbye to Werder Bremen?
No, because they're going down. So it's
still sticking with the Uni Billing idea.
Werder Bremen screwed themselves over in the week when they got beat 3-0.
Yeah, it's a big loss there. Ralphie, hello. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. Chris said, everyone turn off the buying game now.
We might as well. There's I think our first cup game, isn't there, on Tuesday? Saarbrücken and Bayern Leverkusen.
Yeah, there is. DFB, is it DFB Pokal?
Yeah. Saarbrücken. It's on BK.
Some decent little games going on in the meantime. But of course, very, very soon we'll have the Premier League back. The Serie A is coming back as well. So we have got some big leagues. And La Liga too, of course, kick starts in a few days' time. First fixture is Sevilla versus Real Betis. Big derby, big match, that one. So that'll be interesting when it does all kick off again. But yeah, looking at the top of the table right now, Bayern Munich, 9 points ahead of everyone. They could even be further ahead today, depending on if Leipzig can get the 3 points here. It could be up to 10 points in front of everyone. Of course, Dortmund played tonight against Hertha Berlin at 5:30. Gladbach, they're in fourth right now, 56 points ahead of Leverkusen, who are 3-1 down. Do Gladbach now have a great opportunity to beat Bayern next week with Lewandowski and Muller out?
I wouldn't say great chance, but their odds have increased, of course, because they're either going to have to play a makeshift striker, like maybe move Gnabry forward into a centre thingy and then bring in one of the wingers like Coutinho, maybe start him. I don't know if he's still injured or whatever, or they have to play young Joshua Zirkzee, who, when he came in, to be fair, for the limited time he got due to obviously the pandemic, he actually did all right. He actually started some games and looked quite good. Not Lewandowski level of good, but for me, Gladbach have got to thank their lucky stars that they slipped up the week Leverkusen played Bayern. Because if Leverkusen were facing, even on that table there, Cologne at home, they would have been 3 points clear of what they were. But Gladbach last night looked poor. I know none of you should watch it, but they just looked toothless up front. And again, they'll be without Player because it's his second red. I don't know how the rules are in Germany, whether that's more than the first time. Or I'm not sure, but they'll be without him. And you could see last night, I know you didn't watch it, Josh, but after the game, Thuram was on the floor, looked like he was in tears, because I feel they know that they're letting their chance slip away. When they were top before the turn of the year for 2 months.
Well, this is where the problem is now. Look at the table. As it stands, Dortmund, they're in third. Of course, they've still got to play. If Leipzig can keep the 61 points, and maybe Dortmund do win tonight, they're 5 points behind Leipzig. And most importantly, that is the last Champions League spot that is available. So Gladbach and Leverkusen will be pushing each other right till the very end here. But Gladbach, even though they lost last night, they'll be disappointed. They'll be very, very happy today that Leverkusen are also losing. 3-1 down to Bayern Munich as it stands. They've only had 2 shots, Leverkusen, 2 on target. Rowan, do you think there's any very slim chance of Leverkusen making a comeback? Or do you think that Bayern maybe might go on in the second half to make this a bit more of an embarrassing scoreline?
I mean, he's on mute.
Oh, he's on mute.
He might be telling us and we don't know, but so just me and you, Josh, and Kieran D's come back on mute.
Here we are. Well, guys, I'll ask you instead of Rowan because he's gone. Do we think maybe Leverkusen, maybe Dexter might know, do we think Leverkusen could get back into it or are Bayern going to walk away?
He said Bayern are going to walk away with it. I don't know why he said that.
He said there's fucking no chance. That's what he said.
He was a closet Bayern fan. Absolute closet Bayern fan.
See, he's getting comfy now. He's getting ready for the second half, which I hope you are all as well. Armed Cabbage 136, welcome to the stream. That's what we're watching the games on. The games are available on BT Sport. We love to see.
Davis is the GOAT. You're right.
He's absolutely correct. How has Davies been in this game? Because you said earlier, Rowan, that somebody was it Miri got booked for going against him.
Yeah, it was Amiri. It's how Bayern got one of the free kicks. Yeah, it's just a nuisance. It's like, do you know Roadrunner from Looney Tunes? Do you know how Wile E. Coyote just can't do anything against him? No matter how many Acme chemicals he gets and how many bombs he gets, he just can't stop them. And that is what it's like for Bayern. But Bayern, I mean, Alphonso Davies is Roadrunner, Leverkusen, a Wile E. Coyote, and they're going straight to the fake wall that Alphonso Davies has painted. It's just a nuisance. Him and Kingsley Coman, I don't know what even all Leverkusen can do is target him, but when you've got 2 of the most paciest wingers and fullbacks in the league, it's very hard to stop them when they're working together as well as they are.
We talked about a certain point before on our podcast, which if I haven't seen the podcast, highly worth watching. It is the recent new video that we did put out before this. But the Champions League, of course, has still got to be played on. It will come back very, very shortly. Bayern Munich have got to be the favourites to win this. Surely. I mean, let's have a quick look at the sides left in the competition and the fixtures that still need to be played out because, of course, it has been a long time. Let's cast our memories back to it. So, as you can see, Atalanta went through in one of the most stunning double fixtures that we had in the competition. Great game that was. Leipzig, they beat Tottenham 4-0 on aggregate, of course, beating them 3-0 at their own ground back in March, which feels like a bloody long time ago. And then, of course, if we cast our minds even further back, Liverpool, they got knocked out to Atletico Madrid in extra time, courtesy of that certain man, Marcus Llorente Morata. PSG, they beat Dortmund 2-0 to knock them out 3-2. And then other fixtures still to be played. We've got Juventus versus Lyon, which Lyon did win that game 1-0. You might have forgot about that. Man City, Real Madrid. Man City 2-1 up, of course. Ramos getting sent off. Jesus and De Bruyne with the goals. Bayern Munich, they were 3-0 up against Chelsea. Where, of course, Alphonso Davies had an absolute nutty game of football. And also Barcelona, they were 1-1 against Napoli. So that's still got to be played as well. If we look at the sides left in this competition, who are we calling out as one, the favourite, and two, do we think maybe one of these sides, like a Lyon or Napoli, could pull through into the next stage of the competition?
I think Lyon have got a better chance considering they've got no league games to worry about. Like, obviously, League One being cancelled.
I think that's a negative thing.
I was going to say, could you say it's a negative?
Yes, but no. In terms of yes, because they are not going to have as much play time, but they are going to be the fittest team regardless of, because they will have not played a full 90 minutes. In terms of they will have, everyone will be ready to play, and it'll be their first game back. They'll be more motivated, whereas Juventus would have played a couple of games by then. If it when is it being played?
They're looking to play these fixtures around August time. So the way that it might work is it could even be played as the next Ligue 1 season starts.
Right. Okay, maybe that's
so I don't think Ligue 1 clubs have gone back into training yet, or they might just have. I don't know exactly what's going on with France because, of course, they're not starting the league till August. But for Juventus, of course, fixtures start in about a week or two for Serie A, so not too long to go. Mm-hmm. But of course, another French side, PSG as well. They're still in it, of course, beating Dortmund.
I think it's...
Go on. No, you first.
I was going to say, I think it's a negative because they can do as much training as they want. But I can't remember what manager it was, but a lot of managers say it. Nothing in terms of how much fitness training you do levels up to a match day. You can't recreate that sort of intensity on a training pitch. I know you can do small-sided games and stuff like that, but it doesn't really keep the constant high tempo you're playing during a match day. So I think you might see PSG have struggled in the Champions League when they've had a season full of dominating the league, and they just can't seem to get over the line. And I just don't think Lyon will have enough to get past Juventus. Go on, Kieran, sorry.
I think the favourites for the competition, whoever wins that, are Man City and Real Madrid. And that's what I think will win the competition. Yeah.
I think you've got to have Bayern in the mix as well.
I don't think Bayern are favourites. I just think that they've got a good squad. They could win it, but I think Man City and Real Madrid are better.
I'd put Juventus in the mix, me. I really do believe that. I would.
I mean, there's some good teams left in it. Importantly for Lyon, there is the potential chance maybe for Depay and Jeff Adelaide to be back, dependent on when these fixtures are played out. Of course, they were both out for the rest of the season. They weren't supposed to be playing for the Euros. Depay has been doing quite well fitness-wise and could be back in time for that fixture. So that's a major advantage for Lyon. Although, as I said, they've got to go to Turin. Well, he might not actually be in Turin because they are looking at putting neutral venues on for this as well, depending on the situation at the time, and maybe playing them all out in Turkey.
I thought you were telling me we might see Barcelona versus Napoli at Boundary Park.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately not. I think that the two ideas they had was one was in Turkey, because of course that's where the final was originally played, and then the other idea was to potentially bring it to Germany for the rest of the competition. Yeah, no, it'd be quite cool to do it in Germany. It'd be quite interesting. But of course, Turkey would mean there's no Turkish clubs left, so neutral venues for everyone.
But do you think that would work, for example, if the Ligue 1 season does start while the Champions League's going on and the only team that has to constantly travel are the French ones to Turkey and then back to France to play league fixtures? It's a great idea, but you've got to make sure that everyone has a clean slate and everyone can be kind of boxed off in Turkey for that time. Because I don't think everyone should have to travel forward to play a fixture, travel back, if that's the neutral venue argument they're trying to make.
I think they should have just done it middle of July, end of July. So when all the season, like everybody's finished their seasons up and that, just get it done there. Or else you're going to have an issue, as you said, where the Ligue 1's going to come back, which is coming back earlier than it usually does. And then you're going to have clubs like Lyon and PSG, if they're still in it, of course. And even then, they've still got to play second leg anyway, or first leg and stuff.
So PSG definitely would, because they're already through, so just feels a bit...
I mean, we've got
finals coming on.
What's he saying?
Bas Dost is coming off as well.
For Timmy Chandler?
No. Gasinovic is coming on for Dost.
Timmy Chandler were warming up, though.
Timmy Chandler is on. He's
The
coming
player
on.
that's not even a striker. We've talked about Gassino, which is not a striker. What's he doing up top?
I can't remember what game it was. I think it was a midweek one. It was Frankfurt, their midweek game. Gasinovic must have took on 3 people and nutmegged the final guy, and he's going through one-on-one, and I'm thinking, this is Puskás goal of the year contender. And then you can tell he's not a striker because he blazed it over.
Just looking at the comments from what we talked. We timed that well, didn't we? Chris has put, well, it's 2020. Liverpool finally win league. Leeds look finally promoted back to the Premier League. So could be Man City's time for the Champions League. And then Arm Cabbage has put, Man City's banned for the Champions League next season, are they? Because of FFP. As far as I'm aware, the ban still stands, but it's getting reviewed in the next month or two to see what happens.
It's going to get turned over because they'll pay them a lot of bloody money. That's probably what's going to happen. I'm presuming.
Most likely. Have you seen the video of one of the Man City guys with like 20 lawyers around him?
Yeah.
Like just walking with like rap music on it.
Yeah, it'll be for them. It'll be, how much do we have to pay to get back in? 400 million fine. There you go. And then we'll be back in.
Exactly. But we'll find out what happens there. I believe most of the games, apart from mine, will have kicked off now, if I'm correct.
Yeah, back on the
something just happening.
I was going to say, I've got some problems, yeah.
I think Leverkusen are making, it's either 3 or 2. Could be 3. I saw Demarabi warming up, but I don't know if I'm pretty confident where they're starting. Hold up.
There we go. I've got one. There's one sub that they've made. Might be more than that.
Demarabi and Wirtz are coming on for Bellarabi and Amara. So 2 people that are on yellow cards have both come off. And Bayern have made no subs.
There we go, yeah. Wirtz, Bellarabi, Wendell Bailey, and Demir Bainamiri in that game. Not too bad.
Mine's Halstenberg for Schick. And to be fair, I know Leipzig have got 10 men, but they're really adapted to playing 3 at the back anyway. So they'll just play as they usually would, just with a lesser man up top, which is probably normal for them, really.
Wendell's coming on, by the way. That's who the other guy was.
Yeah, they are a bit bonkers, aren't they? RB Leipzig when it comes to making substitutions. I mean, it was only a couple of weeks ago when I watched them, and they played a bit of right back for the last 15 minutes. So
the type of teams play 3 at the back with 1 recognised centre back, and that's it. Anyway.
Right then, all the games have now kicked off. We go into the second half. Just to give you a quick update, if you've just joined us and you're wondering what the scores are, Dusseldorf 1, Hoffenheim 1. Hennings up the scoring in the 5th minute. In the 9th minute, Hubner was sent off. 16th minute, De Boer scored the equaliser, and then 2 minutes later, Hennings thought he'd got the goal to put Dusseldorf in the lead, but it was ruled out for a foul within the box. Frankfurt, they are 1-0 up to the good against. Sorry, they're not 1-0. Mine's a 1-0 up to Frankfurt. And Moussa Niakate, the French centre back, with a late goal in the first half to put the relegation battling side in the lead. Bayern Munich, they were 1-0 down to Leverkusen in the 10th minute, courtesy of Lucas Alario, who, of course, is playing up top today because Volland's on the bench and Havertz is out injured. But Koeman, Goretzka and Gnabry have changed that to 3-1 now, and it could become a demolition derby if you look stats-wise. 2 shots on target for Leverkusen. They are struggling. And as for Leipzig, they're 1-0 up to the good, but it could be an interesting 45 minutes because they're down to 10 men. Upamecano, 2 yellow cards, means he got sent off quite late on into the first half, which means Paderborn have a great opportunity to get back in this game. First couple of minutes, we're into the second half. How are we looking in the Leipzig-Paderborn game?
There's not been much, really. Do you know what? It seems like it'll be the complete flip reverse of the first half, where Paderborn were happy to sit and kind of try and counter, whereas that's more going to have to be Leipzig sort of thing now because they've only got the 10 men. And Paderborn, they know they're up against it in terms of staying up. So if I was them, I would go the proverbial balls to the wall and just try and score as many goals as possible. And scoring's not really their forte.
Well, that's the problem for them. Of course, one of their top goal scorer this season's on less than 10 goals. But do expect they've only had 1 shot on target. Expect that to go quite a lot throughout this second half. Well, hopefully, it all depends on how the attacking line is feeling today. Frankfurt versus Mainz. No shots on target yet for Frankfurt. How are we doing in this first 5 minutes? Fantastic. I think he's on mute. He's gone. There he is. He's back.
That was strange.
How's Frankfurt versus Mainz?
Nothing's happened in the opening 4 minutes. If Frankfurt putting the pressure on a bit more, they've just won 2 back-to-back corners. Apart from that, nothing really else has happened.
Wonder where you've gone then. I thought you vanished. Giving up
No,
the game.
you know when it comes on your screen, it's like, oh snap, something happened.
Yeah.
I'm sat in my bed. I'm not even touching anything. Oh.
Oh snap!
Oh God. First 5 minutes of this one. We've still not had a shot on target as of yet. Well, we have, but 7 shots on target. We've not had a shot on target for about a good 25, 30 minutes, of course. First 5 minutes, not really anything's going on in this one. Dusseldorf. They've got a foothold of possession. They need to get a goal, of course, with the table as it is right now. With Mainz in the lead, they desperately need the 3 points to keep up the pace for survival. But Bayern Munich, of course, 5 minutes into that one nearly. How are we going in the second half? Is it still all Bayern?
2 seconds. Yes. I mean, Leverkusen have just had a chance, but Diaby has kicked it to next week. He should have squared it. But yeah, it's there.
Kieran,
What?
Kieran, that is awful.
What?
Oh God, the underlying joke that went under the radar there from Kieran D. In terms of the other games, there we go. We've got our first shot on target in the second half of Paderborn. It looks like we're
Josh,
slowly seeing a little bit there.
I'll be honest. I don't know if I've seen it yet. So again, Josh, just stop coming to all the games because I feel like you're gonna.
See, the problem if I focus on mine, I'm gonna have my own goals fucked.
Yeah,
mine's the furthest behind. I'm trying to look stats wise more than anything.
I've just seen that shot on target. It was a P roller from 30 yards. It's fine. It wasn't really. I think it's a generous second shot.
Are we clutching at straws to say it's a shot on target?
Yeah, more of a pass to Galaxy, I would have called it, but it's fine.
But yeah, no, that's been classed as a shot on target there. Bayern Munich, they've had 13 shots overall in the game, 7 on target. Leverkusen, 2 shots, 2 on target. You'd say that's been quite efficient, but when you're 3-1 down, unfortunately, it's not been efficient enough. Let's have a look at some of the players on the substitutes bench today. Have we had an opportunity?
We did. It is a corner. The ball was fizzed into the box on the side, and I think it was Klosterman slid out and poked a leg at it, but it went into the path, should I say, of Mumba. He couldn't get the ball out from under his feet, and it's cleared for a corner. Paderborn look like they're feeling a bit of confidence at the moment.
I had a sigh of frustration there from Rowan. What's happened, Leverkusen Bayern?
It was Bayern this time. It's just quite an easy opportunity for Muller to place it in. He just puts it wide, that's all.
There we go, another opportunity for them there. So let's have a look at the bench-wise and see, of course, each club has got the opportunity to make 5 substitutions for the rest of the season. So we look on the left-hand side for RB Leipzig in the game versus Paderborn. A couple of good players on the bench. Konrad Laimer, Forsberg, Luckman, and even defensively-wise, they've got Orban and Kanate sat on the bench as well. As for Paderborn, they've got Rumpf, the centre-back. They've got Dreiger, the full-back on there. And attacking-wise, they've got Sven Michel as well, who's, I think, scored 2 or 3 goals this season. So a couple of decent players on the bench, but, of course, as you would expect, Leipzig with the stronger lineup for players to bring on. Of course, they have had a lot of defensive injuries, so players are starting to come back. As for the Leverkusen and Bayern bench, let's have a quick gander and see who's on there. Of course, Leverkusen already made 3 changes. They desperately need to try and change things up. Kevin Volland...
Liam Bailey came off of Wendell, so it looks like they're going for more of a defensive.
Mateta's in, and he scored. It's 2-0.
2-0.
But he's offside.
Oh.
But he's offside. The flag's been raised very late. He is offside as well.
A glimmer of excitement there. We thought Mainz had doubled it, but was it miles offside or was it just very, very?
It's
very
not
close?
mild, but he is offside. Maybe his foot is offside.
Oh, it's unlucky there. Unlucky.
Oh, hang on, they're going to VAR. They're going to VAR. It is offside. I don't know. Yeah, it's been given offside. Don't know why the ref's gone to VAR there.
So it's unlucky there for Mainz. Could have been 2-0 to the good, and Frankfurt would have been very frustrated there. Of course, they've been doing quite well these last couple of weeks, and they could have had their first loss. Of course, Mainz desperately need the points right now. But looking at the bench for the Leverkusen Bayern team, Volland, first time he's been back since the beginning of the return of the Bundesliga. And as for Bayern Munich on the bench, they do have Ivan Perisic, Joshua Zirkzee, and a player we've not actually seen much of since the start of the return of the Bundesliga, Thiago. We haven't seen much of him over the last couple of weeks. Of course, one of Bayern's standout players this season. He's been not playing as much. Of course, Goretzka and Kimmich. They've got such a strong team, haven't they, Bayern Munich?
He was injured, was Thiago.
Oh, that'll be why then. That makes complete sense.
They said it in the game when they played Dusseldorf. The commentator said it because I was wondering the same thing. Because obviously he's been brilliant this year, hasn't he?
Yeah, usually he's one of the first names in the team lineup, but I didn't know he got injured. Let's have a look at the bench here for Mainz and Frankfurt. They've had 2 changes there. For Frankfurt, of course, Big Timothy Chandler and Mijak Gasinovic coming on. But otherwise, they've also got Swansea legend Jonathan de Guzman, who still plays football. Incredible. Mainz, on the right-hand side, they've got ex-Wolfsburg centre-back Jeffrey Brumer they can bring on. Kunde Malong, who's got that incredible goal we'll talk about for decades to come against Leipzig, of course. And Adam Szalai, as well, the Hungarian striker, is on the bench too. So they've got a lot of attacking options, Mainz, because they've also got Karim Anisiwo as well, and Edmilson Fernandez, formerly of West Ham, on the bench to bring on. So they're pretty stacked attacking-wise, but 1-0 up to the good right now. And as for
the free kick in a great position here, Demarabi plays it in, and I think he just goes all the way through. Big chance for Leverkusen there. But nothing comes of it. It just goes all the way through.
They need a goal, a nice early goal to make it 3-2 would make things a little bit more interesting in that game. That's for sure. And then the Dusseldorf-Hoffenheim bench, of course. We've had no changes as of yet in this game. On the left-hand side, as you can see, there's Dusseldorf's bench. Not many amazing players in terms of high quality on there. Alfredo Morales.
One of my favourite career mode players.
He is on the bench. He's waiting. And Stevan Skibitsky as well, the attacker's on there as well. And on the right-hand side, they've got a couple of good players there, Hoffenheim, that aren't playing. Bebu, who scored Hoffenheim's previous goal in one of their games to get them a victory. He's on the bench. And Andrej Kramaric, once again, another one of the players we've not seen much of this season. I think he's been out injured as well. He's on the bench. So we could see the Croatian attacker come on at some point within that game.
That's a great block.
What's happened in the
and you'll never guess who
game.
it was again. It was Alphonso Davies again. Diaby plays pings a lovely floating ball just to the back post, and it's Hilario out the back goes head. It's probably going to head it straight into Neuer, but Alphonso Davies comes sprinting across, just puts his back to it, and Hilario heads it straight into Alphonso Davies' back. But Davies just comes out of nowhere and makes a block, and free kick for corner Leverkusen.
Well, we've got the highlight of the week. That's just come up here in Dusseldorf-Hoffenheim. Posch, the Austrian midfielder, was running through on goal. His boot fell off halfway through the run. He kept going. He went to go and take a shot and then slid over on his sock. So unlucky for him there. He's lacing up his boots now, but poor lad. I think if he'd have actually gone through on goal, he probably would have scored then as well, because he was racing through the defence, but his boot got in the way there. Unlucky. Oh dear. Leipzig, Paderborn. How are we doing? Have they had any more opportunities since the beginning of the second half?
Like it's a lot of Paderborn, should I say, controlling the ball, keeping the possession, because they've got the man more. What they are trying to do is implement a higher press against Leipzig. So every time Galaxy gets the ball, tries to take a short kick, they are up there. There's at least 4 of them, all pressing the various centre-backs, but Leipzig have got the quality to pass around them. There was one chance where Werner showed how good he is, because he took on 2 players by himself. I think it was Collins, the left-back, came to encounter him on the halfway line, shrugged him off like he wasn't there, and raced through on goal, but nothing came of that. And Haidara's on for Nkunku. That's the most recent one.
Well, it's a very, very tight affair there. I mean, of course, as I said, Leipzig only 1-0 up courtesy of Schick. So they still kind of desperately do need a second goal here just to make sure that Paderborn don't try and sneak maybe a late equaliser and nick a point. Because although Paderborn look likely to go down, if they could take any opportunity to nerve the rest of the teams above them and towards the top end of the league, they will absolutely take it if they possibly can. We're starting to see. Are we starting to see Leverkusen get a bit of a foothold back in the game, or are Bayern still pushing?
Nothing. Leverkusen, I think, have had more chances second half, but nothing. We had that one chance from Malaria, but that's it. Again, it seems to be every team that I've watched so far these games is like they have the build-up play. They do everything right, yet they just can't either get a shot off or they just can't score. It doesn't make like the team that are on the back foot, but sometimes look like the better team, can just never finish the shots, and then the better team just always outplays them. And it sees the same here. Bayern are just too good.
Yeah, no, it's been a strong display here from Bayern Munich. We've just had a decent little opportunity in this game here. Karaman from a set piece, similar to the goal that De Boer scored. Tried to keep his headed down, but it's just clipped over the bar. Unlucky there. It's still 1-1, and as it stands, we've still not had a shot on target for quite a while. So it's pretty much gone the way that Frankfurt and Mainz was in the first half. And talk about Frankfurt versus Mainz. How's it going there?
And it's end to end again. Like Timmy Chandler's about to put a ball in the box. Terrible pass. Mainz had another opportunity. It was a 1-1. He just ran straight through the defence, and he miskicked it when he were at the final moment, and he went out for a corner. It's been a really good second half, to be fair.
20 shots altogether in that match so far. 10 on target, 10 off target. Sorry, for Mainz, 3 on target. Frankfurt still haven't had a shot on target yet. 7 off target.
Oh, Hitzberger! Oh, he's slipped over on the floor when he went to kick it.
Oh, it's unlucky. I heard a sigh there from Kieran L. What's happened?
I did. It was a corner for Leipzig, and Angelino whipped it in. It went all the way back to Danny Olmo, who's at the back post, who lined up to strike it. He did. It took a dangerous deflection, but the keeper was managed to follow it all the way, and a good save by Paderborn's goalkeeper.
Good work there. Of course, if they go 2-0 down, you could safely say that they've got a long way to go, but it could be very unlikely for them to get back in. Ooh. We've had a handball here. We've got a free kick in a dangerous area for Dusseldorf, who in this first 13 to 15 minutes have really got a foothold of possession, of course, as I said, Hubner earlier on, getting sent off quite early in the game, first 10 minutes, and it's pretty much in the second half been all Dusseldorf. I'm going to see what they do here. It's just outside the box. Pretty much the Cruz free kick in the World Cup Euros angle. And it's smashed against a Hoffenheim defender's head, and he's now down. Yeah, unfortunately. It's actually De Boer that's taken that there. Unlucky for him. That's been hit with some venom. Whacked it with power, and it's just smacked him straight in the face. Oh, that's unlucky.
We all know
that's the type of situation where he'll probably come off if he's dazed. I mean, he's looking a bit dazed.
Football to the face or to the balls. Either. It hurts.
Oh, yeah, he's took that full on as well. What a man. He looks like he's all right. He's going to play on, which is good to see, but he did take that with some venom. However, Hoffenheim are going to make 2 changes here, and one of them includes Mr. Bebu, who you might remember last week. Scored the winning goal for Hoffenheim. It was a lovely goal. Can he do the same again?
It's a great chance here for Bayern this time. Koeman sitting inside the box. Just a bit of a miss. Couldn't control the pass that came to when he's gone out, but Leverkusen did clear it for a corner for Bayern. Again, it's all Bayern this time. Koeman sort of fitting into that striker position. Instead of being sort of the one creating the plays, the one trying to finish it.
How are we doing the Leipzig Paderborn? Any more opportunities to talk about?
It's now going to be an obvious yellow, I'm presuming, there, because the thing is with Leipzig, because Werner is so good and so dangerous, they can kind of leave him up top and let him do what he has to do in terms of, dragging defenders into cynical fouls, because he's got the pace to get away from all the Paderborn centre-backs.
But it's a goal.
Go on.
Sorry to butt in.
But
it's poor defending from Dusseldorf because it's 2-1 Hoffenheim. They might be down to 10 men, but Robert Skov has had a great opportunity there to just blitz past the back line. It's Hastenmeyer in the Dusseldorf goal. not the greatest of shots from Stefan Zuber, the Swiss midfielder slash fullback. It's a P roller that goes in the back of the net. It's Hoffenheim 2, Dusseldorf 1, and although they're down to 10 men here, great chance out of nothing.
And that's really bad for Dusseldorf because they could see because Mainz are winning as well.
It's the shot. It's a P roller. I mean, I'm looking back at it. Maybe there's not a great deal that the goalkeeper can do. He's stretched out, but it's 2-1.
Paulinho's come on for Baumgartner.
Yeah, and Koundé's also come on for Barrera.
Got a couple of changes here and there. Still no shot on target for Frankfurt. Is Frankfurt going to get a shot on target before the end of the game, boys? Yes or no?
Yes.
Sure. I don't know what's going on in the game, but sure.
They've had 7 shots, none on target.
They took Dost off, so they don't deserve a shot on target.
When you've got Gasinovic up top, you're going to get no shots on target. But now I've said that, he'll score. Roman, what's happened?
I thought we were about to see a goal of the year. In terms of that was absolutely shocking. But Diaby works his way through the Bayern defense well, but there's no Leverkusen players with him. I think that's Hilario, but he makes probably one of the most awful runs I've ever seen. So Diaby's forced to shoot, and as soon as he hits it, it looks like he's hitting this top left-hand corner. Turns out it's just curling all the way to like the top of South Stand, nowhere near. But Leverkusen looking a bit more of an attacking threat. If I were Leverkusen, I'd take off Hilario, though. The runs he's making, he's either made a good run, but he's being offside, or he's just making stupid runs that are just not benefiting the team.
Yeah, no, they've had a couple of decent opportunities here. A couple more shots, which isn't too bad.
I will just say a change. It's Sven Michel is on for Mamba, the striker, and now I'm seeing, I think, the introduction of Conrad.
Oh, sorry again. This time it's Bayern, and Gnabry should have scored. It should be 4-1.
Oh, they're starting to really get foothold.
Coleman just fake crossing 3 Bayern Leverkusen defenders. Gnabry finds himself in tons of open space. He hits it on the bounce, and he just puts it over the thing. It should have gone in. Pressure
on Bayern Munich. Leverkusen having a couple of chances, but they could really make it a bad score here. Bayern Munich, as it currently stands, 3-1 up against Leverkusen. They were 1-0 down after the first 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like Paderborn, of course, their top scorer this season, Mamba, has come off, but it's still Leipzig 1, Paderborn 0. How are Leipzig playing in this second half? Have they gone more resolute, or are they playing a bit more attacking and trying to get a second?
No, they're very compact. Paderborn are struggling to break them down because they just don't look like they've got any attacking threat at all. Like
2-0, he's offside again. I'm so sorry, Kieran. Go on, continue. No, go on.
I forgot what I was saying. Honestly, go on.
Go on. What's happened?
Kaison's put through the middle. He looks onside to me. It's a great finish. I'll tell you that.
I don't want to interrupt you, but there's been a goal.
There's been a goal.
And again, easy as you like, Lewandowski unmarked heads it in.
Wow. 4-1.
It's a VAR check, by the way.
We've got to go back to Frankfurt Mainz. Potential for a second goal.
It's gone to VAR and the referee's checking it.
Tell you what, VAR is getting a lot of attention today. That's the third time we've gone to VAR.
Oh, drama. Not being given.
No goal again.
Now, to me, that was onside.
Oh, well, that is agonising because Mainz, although the first one earlier we talked about was offside, it could have been 3-0 up in this game potentially. It's still only 1-0. Imagine now if Frankfurt can make a comeback.
I tell you what, that is a great cross by Muller. He's just perfectly weighted over the Leverkusen defender. Goretzka goes for it, doesn't get to it, and Lewandowski's there, still unmarked. 2 Bayern players unmarked in the box, and Lewandowski just slots in. That's a great ball by Muller.
4-1, and that is Lewandowski's 30th goal of the season. He's on absolute fire right now, and we can definitely say surely now he's got it in the bag for the Golden Boot.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Perisic has just come on for Coleman now as well. But yeah, Lewandowski, he's been the player of the year in this league, and I'll be very surprised if anyone does beat him for Golden Boot.
He's leaving Timo Werner in the dust, isn't he? And like Frankfurt just had another shot, Gacinovic, right over the crossbar.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, Lewandowski's been stunning. Of course, Werner, he did score a hat trick a couple of weeks ago, but he keeps rolling on, the Polish striker. But as the scores stand right now, we're getting towards the 70th minute in most of the games. Dusseldorf 1, Hoffenheim 2. Hoffenheim are down to 10 men right now, but they're absolutely rolling. They've not had really many chances, but they've taken what they can. Dabur with an equaliser after Henning scored in the 5th minute. Dabur, as I said, in the 16th minute, and Zuber in the 61st minute with the goal to put Hoffenheim in the lead. Frankfurt are still 1-0 down to Mainz near Karte in the 43rd minute with the opening goal. It could have been 2 or 3 right now. 2 chances that have been ruled out for offside by VAR. One definite, the other one is a little bit questionable. Bayern Munich, they were 1-0 down in the 10th minute. They're now 4-1 up. It's an absolute rout. Koeman, Goretzka, Gnabry and Lewandowski. It is what you expect from Bayern Munich. And as for the other game, it's still Leipzig 1, Paderborn 0. Patrick Schick with a goal. Resolute defending, it looks like, from Leipzig. Any more chances for Paderborn?
I was trying to say earlier that Werner missed an open net. That was the big chance I was talking about earlier. Back pass, should I say, from Collins to the goalkeeper. And you can't give Werner that sort of thing. The keeper then runs out to try and make amends, and Werner nutmegs him. And then he's under pressure, but he curls it past the open net. Oh!
Another opportunity?
Yeah, Answear J almost had a goal. It's that crossfield pass to him again. He takes it well on his chest, lashes it at the goal, but with 0 accuracy.
Unlucky there. Let's have a quick look at the table. I don't know if it's going to change much at
Saarbrücken's
all.
logo is well nice. It's like a mix of the old Chelsea logo and their own logo. Also, a skinhead player is coming for Bayern. I only saw the back of his head, so I don't know who it was.
There we go.
Might be. I'll tell you in a sec because Muller's got a chance.
Yeah, just looking at the table now. As we can see, Hoffenheim, they're back into 6th place. They're now 3 points ahead of Wolfsburg in 6th. Wolfsburg, they're desperately going to need to get a win in their next game.
Chance Leverkusen could get a goal back. Paulinho is round, and no, Leverkusen played. There was Ilario, but Ilario was being met by 3 Bayern defenders, and now it's just led to Leverkusen having to pass around back, and it's gone away. Leverkusen needs to give support there to Paulinho. There was, like I said, Ilario, Diaby came in very late, but that should have been a goal for Leverkusen. I think the game is definitely out of reach now. Sorry.
It's been a lot of good. Sounds like there's been a lot of good chances in your game, Rowan. Could be a couple more goals than that before the end.
Chance. I'd call that just poor.
Just a small opportunity.
Like Paulinho is it's 1 against 2. Ilario comes in to make probably 2 against 3. Yet by the time that Paulinho has time to look up, play it to Ilario, there's 3 marking Ilario, and there's no other Leverkusen players with him. It's just annoying comparing him to Bayern, where as soon as Bayern get the ball, there's at least 4 players up there with them. It just shows why they are winning the league.
Yeah, it's the whole idea of the depth and the quality of sides. Leverkusen are a great side, but you compare them to Bayern Munich, they're just on another level themselves compared to the complete, like the rest of the league in general. We've had another decent opportunity in this game from Dusseldorf. A lot of they like to go for a lot of headers in this match. Another opportunity for Hennings to score, which has just gone over the bar. He's still 2-1 in this, but they've had 11 shots off target, Dusseldorf. Once again, it comes back to the point we said about last week in some of the games where it's just you need good players for clinical finishing. And Hennings, he's a good player. He's had a couple of opportunities, but the rest of the team around him is not delivering. What's happening in the Frankfurt Mainz game?
Well, there was a free kick. It's about 35 yards out, wide on the left-hand side. Everyone thinks Brzezinski's whipping it in. He goes for the goal, traps off his line, and it just whistles over the crossbar. It was a really good attempt.
Not too bad there. A couple of little opportunities there. Mainz, they will be desperate to hold on for these 3 points because at the bottom of the table right now, as you said earlier, Dusseldorf, 16th place now, as I said, back in the playoff spot, 27 points. They're now 4 points behind Mainz if they can keep the win. So it's looking a bit more threatening down there. And just looking at the teams above them, the majority of them aren't playing today, but Augsburg, Union Berlin, are all on the same points as Mainz right now. They're really being dragged back into this. And we could even see Augsburg potentially go down at this rate. But I mean, Cologne, they're in 12th on 34 points. They should be all right for now unless they start losing more games.
What games do we have tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have, let's have a quick gander and see what we've got tomorrow. We have got, of course, tonight we've got Dortmund versus Hertha Berlin. Tomorrow, 12:30, Werder Bremen versus Wolfsburg, two sides that need points. At 2:30, we have a relegation battle. Well, the battle of the worst performing teams since the break. Union Berlin versus Schalke. And then the late kickoff is another relegation battle. Augsburg versus FC Cologne. So some big games tomorrow. Some big games. And of course, as I said tonight, 5:30 is Dortmund versus Hertha Berlin, which isn't to do with the bottom teams. It's to do with the top half of the table. Because, of course, Dortmund, as it stands, they could still go back into second if they could pick up points against Hertha Berlin tonight. But, of course, Hertha Berlin, if Hoffenheim can keep their points, they can only... in fact, they'd have to score quite a couple of goals. They'll stay 9th if they get 3 points tonight. So it's getting tight down there for that Europa League spot. It is getting tight down there. But in terms of the other games, let's have a quick gander around. Frankfurt, still not a chance on target, boys.
Leverkusen have been a lot more attacking, but just not getting like a definitive shot away. But they've been more attacking. It's a bonus for them that they've got more of a threat now. But I think there's just been a yellow card. Don't know who that was. He's got some lovely hair. He just pulls Goretzka down. It's mental when you see Lee and Goretzka try to start a counter attack.
There's been a quick change in this game as well. The Bears come off. Andre Kramaric has come on. I think that's the first time he's come on this season for Hoffenheim, if I'm correct. So Bebu as well has come on, the goal scorer from last time. So a couple of changes in that game.
We've just got a sub. Sorry, Goretzka's come off and Martinez has come on. No, that's me. No, that's okay. Either have him. It might be Thiago that's come on for him.
Let's have a quick check for you.
I think it's Thiago. Thiago's on the pitch. Skinner Thiago.
Yeah, Thiago's on and Javi Martinez.
Right, so both. Because it said Goretzka on Martinez. It didn't say that Thiago had come on. I was like, that's strange. Yeah,
Gnabry's come off as well. And it says there, after a few weeks on the sideline, he's back on the pitch. It's his 150th Bundesliga appearance for Thiago. Of course, moved from FC Barcelona a couple of years ago. He's quality play for Bayern this season. Quality play. And even before then, let's have a look at Leipzig, Paderborn. How's it going down there?
There's been nothing. The worst cross I've ever seen in my life was one of the highlights. But Paderborn have they've tried, and I'll give them credit. They're trying to put balls in the box, but there's no accuracy to anything they're doing. It's a double sub. I can't see who's come on yet, but there is a double sub.
Oh, he's in. It's Malong. 2-0.
Is it actually 2-0 this time?
It looks like it is counting. Malong has scored. He's celebrating as well. He's taking the knee. It's 2-0 to Mainz. They've deserved it. They have deserved it.
There you go.
Yep, the goal stood.
It's actually stood this time. We can actually say Mainz are 2-0 up.
Well,
Malong.
I think this is going to go to VAR again.
Oh, God's sake.
Because I don't know who it is. Number 20 for Mainz. The ball comes from a goal kick. Muller's put it up. It's headed on, and it's number 21 who has gone into the back of Hasebi as he's gone for the ball. Kundi's got there in front of his man, skipped through, good finish under Skinner Trap's legs, and it's 2-0. But I think this is going to be reviewed by VAR. It looks like a foul to me.
Penalty. We have a penalty. I think the ref's just given a penalty to Dusseldorf.
Ilario's coming off the Volland, thank God.
The goal has stood.
Goal. So we've got 2-0 to Mainz. Nordveit has just given a penalty to Dusseldorf here. Ruben Hennings is going to take it in a moment. He's pushed Hennings down in the box. It's as clear as day. And Dusseldorf have a great opportunity with 15 minutes left of this game to make things interesting. Now, Hennings has taken 9 penalties for Dusseldorf, and he's only ever missed 1. It's a good opportunity here. They need this goal, and they need a win. And It's a comfortable penalty. He slots it in. He could have had a hat-trick in this game. He's picked the ball straight up to the spot. They want the win. It's Dusseldorf 2, Hoffenheim 2. Game on.
Wow. Yeah, Kevin Volland's just come on, and I think this is what Leverkusen need, just some fresh legs to try and make a different impact. He's already had a couple of touches of the ball. He's looking confident. He's not looking like the injury's setting back a bit.
Tell you what, we've had some great games today. Drama everywhere.
Well, I've actually seen 4 goals in my game. Just only 2 of them have stood.
Wow, that's crazy. Hennings on 13 goals.
I am convinced that should not have stood. That looks like a foul to me.
Sorry, Diaby should have... It's again Diaby making a poor decision. He runs down the wing. It's 2 against 1. Just pass it through to Volland. Volland is open. And he goes to sort of chip Neuer from like 15 yards. He's such a shoot. Volland's headbutted the post. He's not happy. Sorry, Kieran.
Who is number 21 for Mainz? Can someone will someone check that for me?
Yeah, number 20 is
21.
21.
Oh, but they're in again. Oh, what a terrible touch.
No, man, I can't because apparently
21 is Karim Inisiwa, the Austrian.
Ah, right. Well, he definitely fouled Hasebe for sure. But Kunde, what a finish that was.
What a couple of games we've got going on here. I mean, some quality matches. Leipzig still 1-0 up. Patrick Schick, of course, defending for their lives. But, of course, we could say that Paderborn just haven't got the quality up top to be getting a result in this game. Leverkusen 4-1 down to Bayern Munich. There's still time for more goals in this one. It could get even more crazy down there for Leverkusen in terms of dropped points. Mainz, they are actually 2-0 up now. Big result for them. They desperately needed this, but watch out because Dusseldorf are pushing for a win. It's 2-2 in Dusseldorf-Hoffenheim. Hennings is on a double. He could have had a hat-trick, but one of his goals previously was called off because of a foul in the box. The relegation battle is heating up.
Well, this relegate Paderborn. If Fortuna win, does this relegate Paderborn?
Paderborn would be if Dusseldorf go ahead.
They'd be 11 points behind with 4 games to go, is what I'm
get
grasping.
12 points.
Yeah, I think they would be down.
Well, they'd have an extra 2 points. Yeah, 11 points behind with 4 games to go. So they'd be basically down. And even if everyone other team lost, it'd still be in a relegation playoff.
The talisman is off. Jonathan de Guzman is on.
Has he had a good game? The talisman, Sebastian Rode?
He's been wasteful.
There we go. Yeah, if things don't go their way, they could be relegated in 2 weeks' time. But to be fair, it could even be earlier here. I mean, Dusseldorf are pushing for this. I
think it'll be if Fortuna win next week. Basically, if any of them bottom teams win, then Paderborn. Well, I think Paderborn have been down for a while, but
got another chance here. Dusseldorf, great touch, cuts in. Skibitsky. It's a nice easy save for Bowen there. Some good games going on here. It's 2-0 Mainz. We've still not had a shot on target yet from Frankfurt. Still, we're waiting for it. 8 shots now, none on target. They're the only team as of today to not have a shot on target as of yet. They're not going to get one, are they?
Probably not.
Probably not.
They've been so up and down, Frankfurt. Like they've looked really good in some instances, but today they just seem to be void of anything.
Awful.
I've watched the game, but they just sound awful. Yeah.
They have been awful.
I think they're very lucky they've picked up some points here and there, because had they not picked up a draw and a win, they would have definitely been probably where Union Berlin are right now.
Honestly, I might celebrate when if Frankfurt get a shot on target.
Oh, Jesus.
Paulinho's
not
been a great addition to this Leverkusen team since he's come on. He's been actually trying to make runs through the midfield. Volland's trying to actually get involved. Leverkusen are looking a lot more brighter, but just nothing comes from. They just spent nearly 4 minutes outside of Bayern's box trying to get something to work, and Bayern just were not allowing it.
We've got an injury here. Posh, his boot came off earlier. He's now got a sponge on his head. And that's not the magic sponge. He's just got it on his head. I don't. Yeah, he's coming back on. He looks all right, but the sponges are out in this game. Right, we are down towards the last 10 minutes of these fixtures. As it stands, Dusseldorf 2, Hoffenheim 2, Mainz 2, Frankfurt 0, Leverkusen 1, Bayern 4, and Leipzig 1, Paderborn 0.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like the most amazing affair at Leipzig Paderborn. It seems to have died off with the sounds of it.
If it was a slightly better team, apart from Paderborn, who Leipzig had gone down to 10 men to, I'd be filled with more enthusiasm.
The game's so bad that Dexter's fault I fell asleep.
No, he's back alive now. It's fine. It's all good.
I mean, it's becoming your team to follow this season, Paderborn, isn't it? Just by the wheel.
I love watching Paderborn week in, week out.
I need to check now whether they played. What's next week's fixtures? Let's have a quick gander while some of these games are still going on. So next Saturday, because we don't have any midweek fixtures.
Paderborn, Union Berlin.
Oh, there you go. Just for you. Paderborn versus Werder Bremen next week.
Oh, I'll take it. Honestly.
Oh, what a match.
Some decent little fixtures next week. Wolfsburg, Freiburg, Dusseldorf, Dortmund, Hertha Berlin, Frankfurt, Cologne, Union Berlin. Some good little matches there.
Whoever gets Cologne, Union Berlin, I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
One of them where all them games, Hertha Berlin v Frankfurt will be a cracker, I feel.
Yeah, that's the one I'm kind of eyeing up.
Yeah.
I'd like it, except Cologne and Union Berlin.
I think Rowan's licking his lips at the game for Dortmund, most likely.
Yeah, who've they got? Sorry, I got a message saying it podded me having to come in. And
they've got Dusseldorf, I think. Yeah, Dusseldorf.
Oh, that should be a convincing game. Ball comes in, nothing comes of it. Well, you coming in then? Are you just going to snip? I'm leaving him.
It's the animal special today.
I know, it's just really a contrast. And look, Kieran's animal will happily come sit on his leg. Mine is currently sniffing the door. Refuses to come in. What an idiot.
I mean,
set 1 and set 6.
Dexter's looking absolutely bored of this game. I think I've heard rumours Dexter is hoping that the whistle is blown in this game, so it's over and done with.
He's got to get the Bayern game, to be honest. That's what he wanted.
Speaking about game, looks like Hernandez is coming on for someone.
Paderborn. Oh, he's just past the post. I thought they'd done it. And it was Antoine free on the left-hand side again. He cut in, went for the near post, gave Galaxy the eyes, but his eyes were too far past the post.
Sounds like he's had quite a lot of chances today.
It's Alfonso Davies, sir.
He's the only player they're passing to. I'll be honest. Everyone else has been passing. So
it's like when you're playing football at school and you know there's one guy in your team that's just better than everyone, so you just pass it to him so you know he'll score.
I think it's one where he's the fastest one on the team. Therefore, if we keep putting it over his head, he'll catch it, and hopefully something comes of it.
Leipzig do move into second now, by the way. Obviously, Dortmund to play tonight, but
it's going to be an interesting game, that Dortmund, Hertha Berlin. Have any of your boys' opinions changed on tonight's fixture? Does anyone think Hertha are going to win? Or people still sticking with Dortmund?
I think it's going to be a good game.
He's always missing it, the Wally. He's absolutely wallied it. Right. You'll never guess who's wallied it. Antwi or Adjay again. The ball
Lucky though.
Evans, I think it is, on the right-hand side. And all he's got to do is volley it in. And he's got caught between his legs. And him and Mukiele fell to the ground. It's unbelievable scenes. And Antwi again.
That is unlucky.
Lewandowski's just ran through the Leverkusen defence quite easy, and then he's just couldn't finish it. But sorry guys,
it's tense now. We're getting towards the last couple of minutes of these games. This Dusseldorf Hoffenheim game, it is all Dusseldorf.
He's fixtured. He squared it. Oh my god, no one's there again.
Another opportunity. Oh, Dusseldorf, great ball, but no one's there to get it. Hennings blocked. Tell you what, Hennings is having an absolutely quality game here. He's having a lot of chances, and it's one of those where you can see he's a great player. 13 goals this season for Dusseldorf. No doubt he'll get snapped up from one of the sides of the Bundesliga next season if Dusseldorf do go down. But he's been the star of the show, in my opinion.
Leverkusen.
Oh, fuck me. How's that gone wide? Sorry.
Fine.
Tell me it's Frankfurt, because
Yeah, Gacinovic. He should have had the shot on target. He's deflected and it's gone wide.
guess
Fuck
what?
me, that shot was
10
shit.
shots, none on target. We are going for the home run here of Frankfurt having no shots on target.
That was my immediate real reaction. Fuck me, that shot's gone. How's that gone wide?
Oh God, unlucky. It's not, I can't even say unlucky Frankfurt. It's just terrible. They've had 62% possession today, 10 shots, none on target. That is why keep Bastos on the pitch.
Oh, hang on. They could have a shot. No, he's cleared it.
There will be celebrations when they have a shot on target. But talking about shots on target, the team with the most shots on target today in the league is Bayern. How have they been in this second half? Because, of course, we had the goal from Lewandowski. Has it been a lot more tighter?
Lewandowski's just gone down. Referee's waved off. It's Leverkusen have had better attack chances, but again, Bayern... Sorry, I thought they just pinged an amazing ball. Bayern, again, just looked convincing. Whereas Leverkusen... You compare the two teams. Bayern have been getting down the wings. When they play the crosses, they look like a threat. When it's been Davis or Coleman or Gnabry on the wings, they've looked like they're going to make a goal happen. Where Leverkusen, when Diaby runs down the wing, it just feels like he's not going to make the right cross, and that's what's happened every single time. He's had one good opportunity to cross it in, and when he's done it, no one's there. So I feel like that's why he's reluctant to play these balls in, because anytime he's got a good opportunity and he's done it, no one's there. And that's sort of the story of the game for Leverkusen. No one is there. As the Leverkusen do have a chance now. Wirtz is outside the box. He shoots. It's a goal. It's
a goal.
As soon as no distance. Yeah, Wirtz has just scored. Lovely finish. With his left foot, just easy finessed it round. Neuer probably should have done better there. But 4-2 now. Leverkusen
4-2.
Could do it. There's still a chance.
It's late on, 89th minute, that goal is. Might be a couple of minutes of added time because of the goals and that, but it's still a chance.
When there's a chance, there's always a chance.
Dusseldorf, Hoffenheim. Grealish has come on for Skov and has already been booked. So this one's a tight one. But both sides need the points, but more than anything, with Mainz being 2-0 up, Dusseldorf need the points, and they're going all at it now. Yeah, it's great because you get to this point of the season, don't you? And teams just decide, fuck it, we're not going to sit back. We'll just push because...
that is a really good goal by Wirtz. A player who, when he's come on, has actually looked quite decent. And he fake shots it, sort of spins himself round, puts it on his left foot, notices a gap between Boateng and Alaba, shoots and it goes straight in. Something's happening.
How's Leipzig versus Paderborn? Any shots? Any shots on target?
Paderborn have had a few chances. They've just had a golden opportunity earlier where Orban, he came on as a sub for Kevin Campbell. You can tell he's not played in a while. He got his feet caught from underneath him. And basically, Zielinski just rashed at the shot and put it wide. But 4 minutes added on, and we've got a corner for Paderborn. But, I'm hoping for the best.
This is nerve-wracking. This is so tight. Dusseldorf are knocking at Hoffenheim's door. Ball after ball after ball is being whipped in. Just nothing's coming of it right now. It's so tense. We're going to go into added time very shortly. Frankfurt's still no shots on target.
Go! Paderborn!
Who scored? Paderborn!
It's 4-1.
Christian Strodiek with the goal.
It was a strike from the edge of the box from that corner. Galaxy saves, but he parries it straight into the middle of the box where all the bodies are. He's onside, and the captain, cometh the hour, cometh the captain. It's 1-1. Paderborn have scored.
Well, there's still time to maybe get a winner in that game. It might just save them for a relegation for an extra match day at best. But it's a big goal because Leipzig, for the second time in 3 to 4 weeks, have conceded late on again.
Leipzig have missed the open net.
Oh,
Haidara, straight from the kickoff, the ball's squared across the box. It's an R1 square on FIFA. It's across the box. And Haidara on the half volley tries to poke it in and blazes it over. He feels like he's playing for Frankfurt.
Oh, it should be 2-1 to Leipzig. There's still time in that game. Frankfurt Mainz. There's still no shots on target for Frankfurt. What is going on?
Frankfurt are shite, man.
Terrible. 16 shots on target in the Leverkusen Bayern game. 10 shots on target in Paderborn Leipzig. 9 shots on target in the game between Düsseldorf and Hoffenheim. And Mainz have had 4 shots on target, but none from Frankfurt today. They've been lackluster, and that's been very nice.
Well, they've got 20 seconds to register a shot on target.
Düsseldorf, they need these points. 4 minutes of added time. We're a minute and a half in. They desperately need a winner. There will be absolute limbs if their score is hit it. Oh, he didn't. You've got to hit that on the half volley.
He's hit it. Oh, he didn't.
It looked like he was about to go and shoot a half volley and then decided to pussy out of it. But it might have done him a favour here. Oh, Hennings again.
Oh, Mainz have got a counter.
Oh, Hennings.
It's Koundé. He's gone for the shot on the curl. What a save by Trapp. And that's it. Full time. 2-0.
And no shots on target for Frankfurt.
A massive win for Mainz, that.
Oh, that's poor. That could be an opportunity for Leverkusen to counter. Bayern attack on the wing with Lewandowski. Goes for a cross. And I don't know who it was. It was Leverkusen centre-back. And he goes to clear, but he kicks it backwards for a Bayern corner. But if he controls that, there was a lot of Bayern players up. Could have been a good opportunity for a Leverkusen counter. But instead it's a Bayern corner.
Great ball from Hennings. Morales, Rowan's favourite, just couldn't get his feet right to smash it in and make it 3-2.
It's over. Paderborn won, Leipzig won, and this top 4 race doesn't seem to have a storyline ending at any point.
Look at that. Dortmund back into second. Gladbach and Leverkusen will see this result and be absolutely delighted, although they both lost today and yesterday.
Gladbach will be so happy.
Yeah, they will. And do you know what? Because if Dortmund win later, they can really secure their place in the top 4, I'd say. So it's a big chance of Dortmund in half an hour or so. I can't remember. When is it? 5:30?
Hennings.
In about an hour.
Yeah, Hennings is going to the book. This game is still going on.
The whistle does go 4-2 Bayern. I mean, Bayern deserved winners, but Leverkusen, in the final 5 minutes, they could have really took something from the game. As soon as that Wirtz goal went in, it could have gone either way, but Bayern picked up the 4-2 win. Great goals by Koeman, Goretzka, Gnabry and Lewandowski. Ilario got the first goal. Leverkusen did look like the strongest team, but as soon as Munich started scoring, the goals did come. Wirtz did get a late goal, but...
Chance, Salou, you have to hit this up. We are on 4 minutes of added time. The ref is not blowing the whistle because there's been 1 or 2 bookings. Hennings has gone into the book. Dusseldorf, this is your last opportunity. Hit long. Hennings, Morales. They're passing it back. I don't know what you're doing. You've got to go for it at this stage of the game. Why are you passing back?
I've got to that.
Why are you there?
Is Dexter just nearly falling off your leg here?
Dexter, honestly, he's committing. He's honestly. I'm having
fun.
Oh, there is a corner. We're now into 5 minutes of added time. Is the goalkeeper going up? He said, yeah, he's playing on. The goalkeeper's not going up. Send him up. It's the last chance. The whistle's probably going to go after this. He's whipped in. Back post header. He's going to be cleared. And the ref puts the whistle in his mouth and it's over. The Dusseldorf players have dropped to the floor. They know it's a vital game they needed to win. They were down to 10 men, Hoffenheim, and they just couldn't get a victory. And it ends 2-2. And if any team is going to be the most gutted there, it's going to be Düsseldorf. Because as the games have finished, as we can see on the screen from the results today, Mainz beat Frankfurt 2-0 in a game where, let's just not even speak about Frankfurt today. They're not worth wasting our time on. Bayern Munich beating Leverkusen 4-2. And the ultra limbs for Paderborn as they pick up a point against Leipzig, which means the table is looking like this. Dortmund, they were down into third earlier, but Paderborn's late equaliser means that they're now back in second ahead of tonight's fixture against Hertha Berlin. Leipzig, they're back in third on 59 points, 3 points behind in front of Gladbach and Leverkusen, who will be absolutely praising the Lords that Leipzig have dropped points today. Hoffenheim with the draw, they're back into sixth place, but only 1 point behind Wolfsburg. 2 points, 1 point in front of Wolfsburg, 2 points in front of Freiburg. If Hertha Berlin can get the points tonight against Dortmund, they'll only need 2 points to go into the top six, which is crazy to think about. And that bottom half of the table, well, Dusseldorf, they needed the win. 28 points, they're staying 16th place. Mainz with that victory now means they are 3 points ahead of Dusseldorf. And well, this is going to be a very, very tight end to the season because Augsburg and Union Berlin are all on 31 points as well, but they do have a game in hand to play. And well, we've had some crazy, crazy fixtures today, some quality results, goals in every game, apart from Frankfurt because they're shite. And tonight, we've got another big game. Dortmund for Berlin is at 5:30. And then, as we said earlier, Sunday's fixtures, 12:30 is Werder Bremen versus Wolfsburg. 2:30 is Union Berlin versus Schalke, the battle of the poorest performing team since the break. And the late fixture on Sunday is at 5 o'clock between Augsburg and Cologne. No midweek fixtures this week. So
there is this cup game.
Oh, this cup game, which is
versus Leverkusen.
What day is that on?
Tuesday.
There we go, Tuesday. So there is a little bit of cup football. Well, Dexter looks quite happy with himself. He's quite fascinated by the fact that the captain scored the equaliser. He's loving it.
Viva Le Paderborn. Safety is within reach. But within reach.
Can they make the great escape?
Do you know what? I was thinking, and we were talking about Josh the other day, now add this draw, which they could easily have won because they were down to 10 men. They would have had an extra 8 points, which means they actually would have been 1 point off that relegation playoff spot if they'd have turned their draws into wins.
Bottle jobs, a lot of them.
Gutting. Absolutely gutting. And that's where quality comes into play. You need good quality players. But talk about bottle jobs. Frankfurt today, they can have a shitter of the week.
Oh, they are shite. Sorry, they were shite. They were. Why did they tip Bastos off half time?
Brought on Gasinovic. Terrible.
He was shit as well.
Terrible. But they are today's fixtures. It's been an incredible. I think this has been one of the best weekends we've had in terms of the fixtures wise. A lot of drama everywhere. A couple of red cards, a couple of goals. Couldn't really say that maybe about the Paderborn Leipzig game for the majority of the second half, but it did kick on late on.
Yeah, we had a red card as well. Don't try and not include us.
Well, it was late on. It was if that goal hadn't gone in, you'd have been sat here and saying it was quite poor for the second half.
I think last minute changed the whole game. It was a good weekend, but I still think that midweek that we had the other week, where it was 3-3 in one game, and Kieran D had like a whatever game, was it 4-1?
Yeah. And Rowan had a 0-0.
I have a lot of 0-0s.
Worked out this time because you got the 4-2. You got the highest scoring one. But we will be back next week with another Bundesliga Watchalong Live. I think we should have a couple of more leagues starting up as well. I think the league is back.
Yeah, they were just promoting it on BT. 20th of June.
20th of June.
League.
So that'll be the week after.
Sevilla and Betis next Thursday, isn't it?
I think it is. I'm going to have a quick check before we finish up here. Yep, Sevilla versus Betis, 9 o'clock next Thursday. There'll be some fixtures. There'll be a fixture going on in the background, which is Espanyol versus Alaves when we do the watch along next time. And then Celta Vigo Villarreal kicks off at 4. So that'll kind of be kickstarting just towards the end of the matches. But we'll be back next Saturday for that. In the meantime, there's loads of content on the channel. We have the Wrestling Corner. We have the NFL Corner, which is still to come.
Not this week, we didn't. We're on. We think we're probably going to rearrange it to Monday because Will had a family birthday and work, so it just made sense not to do it because I don't feel it's fair if one of his family's got a birthday and just say, we've got to record. Actually, you know.
I think that's fair. Happy birthday!
I've done it.
Yeah. But no, yeah. That'll be Monday. We've got the rest of the corner available as well. Our podcast, the Top Corner podcast, is already on the channel on Wednesday. And keep your eyes out because next Friday, our virtual Euro 2020 tournament is starting. That's between June the 12th and July the 11th. It's going to be drama. It's going to be dramatic. Cash prize on the line for the winner.
When's the draw?
The draw is going to be on June the 12th. So June the 12th, we'll have the draw, and then we'll have our first fixture, which will be Turkey versus Italy. We have got 22 out of 24 players. So there's 2 spots left, so we're nearly full. It's going to be exciting. Get ready for that, because that is going to be a month's worth of content. But once again, thank you very much for watching this week's Bundesliga Watchalong. We'll see you next week. And say goodbye, Dexter.
Bye to them, mate. To them, yeah, them. That he said bye. He said bye. Just let it go.
See you later.